Hello everyone, it's me, DillysSims. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Speed Build Sunday, the day of the week where I build whatever I want, because I can. So, this week we have a longer than normal speed build. I try to have it in like the teens to late 20s, but this one just goes on just a little bit longer. And you know what, that's okay. It's okay to have a big build every once in a while. I haven't done a big build in a long time. I normally try to, I try to stick to like the 3-bedroom house floor plan. And technically this is one, but this one's like bigger. I don't know why it took me so long to build this. Whatever. It's okay, it's fine, it's alright. So, as you can tell by the title, I've decided to build, or technically rebuild, the Goth's house. Why, you may ask? Because I have made it my mission to rebuild every single house and every single lot in The Sims and make it Dilly's version of like what The Sims should be. Map / lot wise, if that makes sense. So I rebuilt the Goth's house. I rebuilt a few other houses. Recently, I've been on a binge lately, actually. I think it helps me with stress. I don't know, maybe that's just a lie I tell myself, but I've been on a binge where all I want to do is just build Sims houses. So that's where I currently am. I just want to build. And you know what? I'm not hurting anybody. I was gonna say free, but like kind of free. You have to buy the game, but whatever. It's more or less free, and I'm not hurting anybody. Speaking of which, how are all of you guys? Are you guys doing good? Good. That's what I like to hear. So, where do I start? This week has been interesting. It started off so slow, right? And I'm recording this on Friday. If you live in Well, actually, if you live anywhere, basically. I was gonna say in the United States, but it would be ignorant of me to think that it only affects us. If you live anywhere, you may or may not, I don't understand how you would not, have heard about this thing called the coronavirus. And I feel like I feel like it's a celebrity. It needs no introduction because everybody already knows about it. But yeah, it's kind of like the flu, but the entire world is freaking out about it because it will kill older people and like toddlers and babies, because it really takes a toll on people who have either weak immune systems. Oh, actually, old people and babies have weak immune systems. So yeah, weak or fresh / old immune systems. There you go. Wow, this is the worst description ever, but I'm not a doctor, so there's that. Anyways, where am I going with this? Oh yeah, so yesterday, Thursday, today's Friday. Yesterday, Thursday, I got a email, like everybody got an email at my school, saying that starting next Thursday, all classes are being moved online, so technically the school is closed down. And I know some people are listening to me right now and thinking, oh my gosh, Dilly, you're so lucky. You get to stay home all day. No, it's awful and I hate it. And I'm actually low-key mad about it. And this is why. If you live in the US, you may know that last year we had really, really bad fires. Like really bad fires. And the air was not safe to breathe and all that fun stuff that comes with fires. So, we closed down our sister college. And you know what we did? We gave everybody who was supposed to graduate their diplomas and just called it a day. Like they were just like, you graduated, everyone's good. And everybody who had a class just passed that class. So I'm kind of, and I know this is like stupid and something that you should feel stupid complaining about, but like I'm kind of mad that they're not just gonna pass us, you know? I have to keep going to class online. And some of my classes, I'm curious excuse me, that wasn't proper English. I'm curious to see how they're going to adapt the classes. Because I have one PE and no, that's a lie. I have one art class. I don't know why I said PE because that's not true. I have one art class and I have one like wood shop type of class. So I want to see how they go about doing that, because like those are classes where you have to have materials and you have to be able to do things. I know my woodshop teacher was talking about making us watch at-home videos and like write little reports. And you know what? I'm kind of happy that this kind of it sounds awful if I say I'm happy that it worked out this way, but I didn't like my woodshop class, and I feel like I've talked about it before. I just really didn't like my woodshop class. It was I don't even know how to explain why, because I don't think I have a good reason. I didn't like the professors. The way they taught wasn't... I swear to you, they did not have lesson plans or anything. They had no idea what they were doing the day of, class. So, there's that. They're old white men who make really bad, sometimes culturally appropriative jokes, which... culturally insensitive, not culturally appropriative, but culturally insensitive jokes, and it's 2020. I was gonna say 2019, but no, it's 2020. So those jokes are not appropriate anymore. I understand that, that's what they grew up doing, like saying jokes like that, but still. And yeah, I'm kind of happy that I don't... Oh, and one thing, this is kind of bad. In the woodshop class, I have to go in and work on projects for the class, because technically it's not woodshop, it's a theater class, but it's like creating sets, like for plays and stuff, but you have to work with wood. It's basically woodshop. So I have to go in and do 30 hours of like wood shop or time in the shop, and I have done an hour and a half so far, and now the school is closing down, and of course we won't be able to go in there and work in the shop because the school will be closed. So I don't know what's gonna happen. My professor has no idea what he's gonna do about the hours, but the only thing is, I know I can't do it, and I know there's at least one other girl in my class who is in the same boat as I am and just didn't do it. So I'm really curious to see how that pans out, because I have no idea, and my professors, I'm very certain, have no idea. I feel like they're just gonna be lost, and it's two old white men, so that's great. It's yeah, that class bothers me. And my art class, it's interesting because, and I may have talked about this already, I'm very certain I did. When 2 weeks into school, this new semester, I went to my libs department because I'm a libs major, and the lady told me, "Oh, everything's great, you're amazing, you have everything you need to graduate done." And I was like, "Yeah, that's amazing, I'm so happy, everything in my life is working out." And then I went to the advising office, which they just have to look over your papers, make sure everything's done, and they sign off. And when they sign off, you're ready to graduate. So I went there, the lady was like, "You need 5 more units to graduate, you're short." So I quickly signed up for 2 classes, and it was an online PE class and art. Then after I signed up for those, I went back to the advising office. Remember, class is like now 3 weeks in. And another lady helped me, and she was typing on her computer doing her thing. And then she goes, "Why are you taking online PE and art?" And I said, "Because I was told I needed 5 units. And she goes, No, you only needed 2 units. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna drop the online PE class, because unlike the art class where you go in person and you get to talk to the teacher, and like that teacher is I love him. He's amazing. He stayed after class and like showed me how, you know, like, because it's not just art, it's like printmaking, like with the machine. So he showed me how the machine works, what paints to use, and all that stuff. And I felt really bad if I was gonna go ahead and, you know, have him stay after class and help me and like get me into that class and then just peace out, you know? So I decided I was gonna drop the online PE class. Then what happens? The school goes and says all classes are being put online. Do you see like how that's crazy? I had the option between an online class and an in-person class. I chose the in-person class and it turns into an online class. The world works in strange ways, kids. Always expect the unexpected, but you can never expect the unexpected because it's unexpected. Wow, I just went on a huge rant right now. Obviously, I am very upset. Sometimes I have realizations when I'm recording because normally I'm like, yeah, go with the flow and all that stuff. But now I'm like screaming at my computer, so there's obviously some I don't want to say suppressed anger, but like suppressed anger about the situation. Oh, and people are so stupid. I'm in this weird place right now where I know that the coronavirus will not hurt me because I don't have a weak immune system. I don't have, you know, like, I'm a good candidate to not die. If I get sick, I'll still be okay. Like, I know that for a fact. But I'm still in this like weird place where maybe it's also because my mother's the worst person for any type of emergency. She's the worst person. She's the one who hyperventilates and freaks out. Yeah. So maybe it's because my mother's been, no joke, she's been following up on it, and she's like, oh my god, so many people have died. Oh my gosh, do you know how many people are at Costco right now? Oh my gosh, do you know that there's no toilet paper in any store around town? Yeah. I love her, but that's what she does. She like hypes up the situation in like a negative way. So maybe it's because of her that I'm also kind of nervous about it. And so she works for a school, and we also don't know like what's gonna happen if her school gets shut down. Like, who's gonna, like, that's money that's not gonna be pouring in anyways. But that's neither here nor there. And then she was making me freak out because of quarantine and like, what if we get quarantined in our houses? So then she showed me a video of a local Costco nearby. The line, no joke, was out the door, just to get in, was out the door, around the parking lot, like the entire parking lot, and into another shopping center to get into the Costco. So then she was like, oh my god, we should go buy more things, Dylan, just in case we're forced to stay inside the house. And so, yeah, this is where I am currently. Like, I know I will not be affected and my family is in pretty good health, but it's still, I think it might be my mother's fault or also mine, but I am kind of like in this place where it kind of scares me, but I also know that personally the risks aren't that high. Like, I'm not gonna die. But yeah, and people at school, when we got the text message, or it was a text message that said, check your emails. So when I got the text message that said, check your email, everyone at school started making jokes like, thank you, coronavirus. I don't have to go to school anymore. And then people, of course, are like, oh my god, the apocalypse is upon us. And like saying stuff that makes me like really not funny. Like, it makes me really not like happy to hear stuff like that. Oh, and my teacher, like the art teacher that I really like, said this joke, and I was like, this isn't funny. Was it Wednesday? Tuesday, like half the class wasn't there, and he's like, what, did everyone get coronavirus? Not funny at all. Yeah. But my school closed down. Apparently we're one of the very few last college, We're one of the last colleges to close down. And I'm not happy about it. I'm really not happy that I have to do stuff online from home. And it seems, as of right now, one of the classes knows what they're gonna do online, like when and how they're gonna transition online. And that professor was saying that there's a program we can use, and excuse me, I just did a weird mouth sound. There's a program we can use, and you can all log in at the same time, and you can, like, we could watch the professor in his house teach his lesson. And he said it's still gonna be at 9 a.m. on Wednesdays and Fridays, so it's like a normal class day. So yeah, I don't like the situation at all, period. Oh, and then after I got home, me and my mother went to the grocery store and stocked up on groceries. We became those people. I did feel kind of embarrassed because I had a shopping cart full of stuff, right? Because, I don't know. That's where I was mentally at the time. I had a shopping cart full of stuff, right? And I was grabbing one thing of toilet paper. And a woman was walking past me. She was like, oh my gosh, can you even believe it? Like, it's ridiculous that people are so scared. And I had a shopping cart full of stuff. And I was like, yeah, it's so crazy. But in reality, I am one of those crazy people. That's like looking at a serial killer after they're covered in blood, and you're like, oh my god, I could never imagine killing someone. Yeah. It's crazy. Ooh, a good friend of mine, like, I believe his 102-year-old grandmother is sick right now, and it's really scaring him. I forgot to text him back. I'm gonna do that right after this video, because I completely forgot. But yeah, see how his grandma's doing. But she's 102, so I don't want to say, like, that's a great age to live, but that's also a really long time to be alive. I don't know if I would love to live to be 102, but I don't know, that's like also a huge chunk of life. That's like living through 2 world wars. That is. Whoa, I just blew my own mind right now. Yeah. But out of curiosity, what are you guys doing? Are you guys preparing? Are you guys not preparing? I don't know. And like, let me know. I'm very curious to see what you guys are doing. Like, is my family quote unquote normal for going to the grocery store and stocking up on groceries? And I'm kind of mad too. I'm just gonna complain about this on one of my online classes. Well, they're all gonna be online classes. My senior seminar is about teaching, and we were supposed to teach a lesson in class. So what are we doing now? We're teaching a lesson via FaceTime. I was really praying that my professor would just waive it and like come up with a different lesson, but as of right now we are teaching it still, and I'm not happy about it. Am I ever happy though? I feel like so many of these voiceovers I'm just like, I'm complaining and unhappy. Wow, Dilly. My dogs are barking, and I really hope you can't hear them in the background. And if you can, I am so sorry. They're really annoying. And not really my responsibility, they're my sister's responsibility, because neither dog is... Well, all 3 dogs are not mine. I just live with them. They are like my property. God, it makes me sound like I'm talking about slaves. They're my property, but they're not my property. They're not my responsibility. Oh god, I'd sound like an awful monster when I'm talking about my pets. I like them, but I'm just not emotionally attached to them because they are not my animals. Yes. Yeah, and that's my entire week, is basically freaking out about the virus. Oh, I was supposed to go to San Francisco to go see a show, but it got canceled. And the worst part is, I didn't get fully refunded. I got a credit, which is fine. And if you don't know what a credit is, that's basically saying, hey, you spent well, actually I spent $35 on these tickets. They were like, hey, we see that you spent $35 on these tickets. We're not going to give you back your money, but through the app, because I bought the tickets through an app, through this app, we'll give you $35 that you can use, kind of like a gift card, so you could use it on another future show, but you have within 1 year to use it. So it's kind of scary because nobody knows how long this is gonna last, and I want my money back. I would love to use my money again. Yeah. Or I'd love to see a show again soon. There you go. Because I really love shows in the theater and plays. Even though it wasn't going to be a play, it was going to be Liz Calloway. If you don't, I mean, I feel like that's not a famous person. But if you watch the cartoon Anastasia, she does the singing voice for Anastasia. And Anastasia, I know I've mentioned this a couple of times before on this channel, is my favorite cartoon. For sure my favorite cartoon, and one of my favorite movies of all time. And just because I'm running out of time and I don't know what else to talk about, because normally I don't talk for this long, my favorite movies I can't say in order. My top 3 favorite movies are, not in order because I can't put them in a specific order, is Anastasia the cartoon, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and Heathers the movie. Love those. Those 3 movies are my favorite, and I have them all on DVD. I actually think about watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith quite often. And I am getting close to the end of the video, guys, so please let me know what you think of this build. Let me know if there's any build you want to see me do. This build can be found in the gallery by searching Goth's Villa. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, do all those fun YouTube things, and I'll catch all of you guys next time. Bye, everybody.